Hey everybody, this is Claire, and this is Small Joyful Things. As always, I go to thrift stores and I sometimes go looking for antiques, and basically anywhere I can, I look for interesting stuff that I think you guys might find interesting as well. And then I bring them home, find out as much as I can about them, and then make these videos. And I've got something like really cool today. I have this. Okay, so I bought this for $3 in a thrift store because clear glass is absolutely not valued in any way. Their thrift stores are full of it, and it's generally not looked at twice, and they just put it up for cheap, and just, you know, people buy whatever. And 90% of it is really just like, it's like kind of rubbishy stuff. It's going to be from the 70s, back when like clear crystal was really the big thing, when pressed crystal was definitely a big thing. And it's just, nobody looks at it, but I always do, because I'm hoping I'm going to find stuff like this. And if you don't know what this is a spooner. And I picked it up and I saw the top of it, like this kind of, you know, it's not quite scalloped, but it's kind of pointed edge. And I thought, that's not quite right. Because you look at it and think, is it a goblet of some kind? It's obviously not, because you can't drink with that edge. Is it a vase? Maybe. But, and here's the thing. If you know a little bit about old glass, you'd know that a lot of celery vases and spooners had tops just like this. So what is a celery vase or a spooner? Okay, so if we go back to the late 19th century, Victorian times, celery, okay, was this new hip thing. And it was kind of hard to grow and everything. So having it and showing it off was very much a kind of like, just, you know, it was a major flex kind of thing at the time. And they had these things called celery vases that looked a little bit like this, a little bit bigger. And the idea was that you'd have the celery in the vase and you could have it out and people could snack on it and everything. It's just like, oh, look, I'm providing this wonderful new vegetable, which I don't know. I've tasted celery. I'm not impressed. But apparently it was the hip thing to do at the time. Now, here's the thing. This is not a celery vase. This is a spooner. The other thing to do at the time, again, Victorian era, was that you wanted to show off your silverware. So what this is that this is a place to keep your spoons. You'd literally have your spoons in here that, you know, people would use them, put them back in here, just like, or just be able to take one or whatever. And it was just like, it was a way to show off your wealth. Because silverware was obviously a big thing back then as well. And it was part of like table sets and whatever. And it was just like the right size for having, you know, your teaspoons, whatever, put into it. And a lot of the spooners that you see, they were quite elaborate, they're quite highly decorated or whatever. And this is one of those. And not only that, but it is perfect. There isn't even really a whole lot of wear on the base. I cannot imagine where it's been. It's not even dirty. Now, it's pressed glass, obviously. You can just about see the mold lines there. You can see that there are 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And the detailing is excellent. And then the top, there's no chips, there's no cracks. It's just, there's a little bit of wear there, but like, it literally could have been made yesterday. And the thing is that it's not even discolored. A lot of the time, if you get very old glass, you know, 19th century glass, it would be, you know, if it's left in the sun or on a windowsill or something, it will become purpled, you know, it'll be discolored. And this isn't even discolored. It's perfect. I was incredibly excited when I picked it up because I've said a few times, like, Vancouver for some reason has a lot of early American pattern glass. I have no idea why. I really don't, but it just shows up everywhere. And I always try and just check it when I see it. Which is why I got the very nice Westmoreland High Hob sugar bowl. I knew it when I saw it. That was EAPG. But now I got this as well. And oh boy, I had fun tracking this down because I thought it was a celery vase and I was getting very confused about why I was getting no hits or anything on it before I realized it was a spooner. And as soon as I realized, oh, it's a spooner, I got it immediately. So let me show you what it is. Don't roll. Where are we? Here we go. Bryce Walker & Co., the Maltese pattern, also known as Jacob's Ladder, which is for this lovely kind of square diamond pattern right here. And it's a known pattern. There's a lot of really interesting kind of pieces in it. It's everything from like, there's creamers, sugar bowls, there's like these large jars. There's obviously the celery vase as well. As soon as I realized it was a spooner, it was like instantly got it on eapgs.net, Their directory is fabulous, by the way. If you ever want to find out about this glass, they should be your first protocol, especially if you want to identify something. But anyway, the Bryce brothers. And now we've got a little bit more info. The Bryce brothers, also known as the Bryce Brothers Company, Bryce Brothers Company Inc., glass manufacturing originating in 1850 in Birmingham, Pennsylvania. Names, partnerships, blah, blah, blah. And they were in production until 1965. So what do we know about this now? What we do know is that he formed in 1850, formed his first business venture along with partners with whom he's senior, named Bryce McKee, blah, blah, blah. So there was a few different variations. Bryce Walker and Co., that's the one we were interested in. It was eventually sold out. He sold out his interest, and then they obviously became the Bryce brothers. But that's what we want to know about. So here is the pattern index for patterns by Bryce Walker and Company. And this says Pittsburgh, and this says Birmingham, Pennsylvania. Come on. Come on, there we go. Birmingham, Pennsylvania. This says Pittsburgh. EIPGS is usually pretty good, so I don't know. Now, they operated from 1865 to 1882. So presumably that was when the name of the company changed to Bryce Brothers, and then obviously maybe the patterns were different then. However, we do have a reference for this. Maltese by Bryce Walker and Company, Pittsburgh, PA, operated 1865, 1882. This is circa 1876. And there's the patent number right there by John Bryce. Pieces done in crystal blue, amber, canary, and amethyst. And, oh, come on. This is the catalogue page, which is obviously not working for me. And there is our spooner. And a few others besides. A few other different pieces. This thing is terrible. So, that's the sugar, the top, like the, oh God. The sugar bowl at the top, the spooner to go with it, the creamer, definitely a table set. And it keeps doing that. A little bit more. This is the 1891 catalogue. So we've now got a range for this. 1870s up to 1890, like 1870s up to 1888, which is nice. Now, here we go. There is our spooner. And I hate the way that flicks. Spooner stash spills. Not entirely sure why it keeps doing that. But anyway, this is probably the oldest thing I've ever found. 1876 is like definitely the oldest piece of glass that I've found. And considering it's in such fabulous condition, I can't get over it. I was nerding out about it as soon as I found out about this. I was just telling everybody, oh my God, you gotta understand, I found a really, really, really old piece of glass. And it's lovely. Now, so that said, I bought it for $3. How much is it actually worth? And come on, eBay. Okay, you're just gonna be like that, aren't you? All right. So the good news is that it does actually sell. This is only in the last 90 days. You can see that the bowl, the relish dish, whatever you want to call it, they've actually sold. Now they're not selling for a whole lot, mind you, but for antique glass, the EAPG that just generally doesn't sell at all, that's pretty good. And I've seen a few more listings for this, and it definitely, there is some kind of a market. There are people who collect this pattern. It shows up enough so that there is a market for it. It's not something entirely obscure, for example. If it's something that's entirely unknown and just are incredibly rare, there's not really going to be a market for it. There is a market for this. It's not a big one, but it's definitely something. So if I just take off the filter, are you going to load up for me now? There we go. We have a whole bunch of pieces. And we have 13 results, which is not bad for very, very, very antique glass. Now you can see the spooner here, and that's $30 Canadian plus $56 shipping. You're nuts. Absolutely nuts. It does not cost that much to ship from the US to Canada. Come on. Anyway, what will I be doing with it? I'm not entirely sure. I've been considering keeping it just because it is so old. But I don't know, because, you know, early American powdered glass, again, is not really my thing. I'll be thinking about it. But if I do decide to list it, it'll go up on Etsy. I'll probably sell it for about $40 plus, you know, with free shipping. And I think that's a really good price for it. I think someone who wants to add this to their collection will definitely get a kick out of it. So there you go. This is my small joyful thing for the day. Thank you very much for watching.